You said you want to lock in. You want to do the great lock in for September through December? Yes. Let's fucking go and let's do it then. Are you looking for productivity hacks? Are you looking for the next technique to become more productive? Are you just trying to search and mental masturbate, looking up on all these motivational videos to get you going? Well, guess what? It may inspire you, but the reality is you're not really going to get shit done until you're actually serious with yourself. This video is specifically for me, a reminder for the Tranzendent. I am Jerry, here to show up and be accountable on the things that I tell myself that I'm going to do. And yet I've been going through a lot of motions of failure and getting back into my comfort zone. And as many videos that I can watch about inspiration and feeling motivated, none of it really works. The reality is when you get sick and tired of your own situation is when you finally have that fire inside of you that's saying like, I'm sick of this bullshit. I'm tired of this version of myself. I need to change. And that energy is what you need in order to change. And unfortunately, it sucks that sometimes it takes us that point in our lives to be super low, where we dig ourselves in a hole and then we come right back up because you see yourself in this space where you're just like, this is not cool. I don't feel happy. I feel like shit. This is not where I'm meant to be. And I know I can be doing way more and being in a much more higher frequency, higher vibration, especially in the reality of the world of everything that's happening in front of us. It's easy to be negative. But in order for me, to get back into the space of clarity, you need to wake up and get yourself organized, knowing what you're going to do for the day and knowing what goals you have for yourself. And that's something that I'm still trying to figure out. And that's probably the most hardest part. If you have real clarity on where you want to go with your life, it's going to allow you to actually tap into that reality easier and faster, because I think of it as like a GPS destination. It's like, if you're just gonna be like, I don't know where to go, it's like you're just gonna sit there on your GPS map, just like you're just gonna sit there and ponder where I'm gonna go, but you don't actually have an actual destination that you know you wanna go. Then you're just gonna sit there all day and think about it. And so now my goal is to just take action on where I think I want to go, which is possibly online coaching for bodybuilding and also competing for bodybuilding. I've always wanted to compete a bodybuilding show. And then on top of that, just continue working my weddings, which is clearing out the editing queue. So those are probably my big three staples. And what goals does that break it down into? It's like, okay, if I want to be a bodybuilder, I have to make sure that I'm correct on my nutrition, I'm correct on my training, and I'm following through and not holding myself back by distracting myself and missing the macros and just giving up because I have these injuries that are happening. And it gets so dwindled down to the point where it's like I lost my clarity and vision of where I want to go. But then again, me speaking into this is allowing me to remember why I'm doing what I'm doing. And also, hopefully this is helpful for those that have a similar headspace, where you just have to break it down into your why. And sometimes it doesn't be so complicated. So running it back to, cool, bodybuilding, online coaching. Okay, great. Like, first off, I need to prep myself to make sure I have a good physique. So training comes first, and nutrition, and being consistent and showing up for the next 6 months to a year. But I personally think for the next 2 to 3 years, right? Because my goal would be to compete and be stage ready. If anything, to have like the best physique possible would take me about 1.5 years or so. And so it's a long-term thing, right? So what do I need to do for the next 1.5 years? Training, eating, showing up every day on the days that I need to train, and eating every day the right amount of nutrition that I need to take. And then on top of that, while I'm doing that, I also want to hire a coach that's going to teach me how to pose and also teach me and take on the coaching protocols, right? That way I can learn from that person and understand how the coaching flow works when it comes to like what app to use, how do they structure it, etc. So that's what I would need to do, is find tasks that lead me to that path to get to that goal. And then from there, it's like, oh, wedding edits, that's not necessarily a goal. That's how I make income, right? It's like being able to shoot more weddings, right? Which is just making sure we finish the end product, which is the wedding film, and then we send it to the clients, and then we also post our work on the internet, on social media. That way we get more exposure and more clients to come through, and also referrals. So making sure that I do a good job on those things, and I've got that down pretty much. So weddings has been my normal staple, so I don't really incorporate it in my goals because I'm used to a certain process for that. So mainly something that I'm trying to get uncomfortable with is the bodybuilding side again. So which is making sure I can stick to training and eating, which I've been consistent. I probably say like 75, 80% consistent on the training and eating, but I want to make it more into the 90% to almost 100% like locked in type of deal. And then online coaching, I think I'll start just researching and seeing what path I can take to start coaching, whether I have to do certain certifications to be more, what would you say, like more qualified, I guess, to be able to provide proof. But really finding 2 to 3 people to experiment with and be able to track their progress and share that as I build that portfolio. But for now, I don't want to hop on too many projects. I want to be able to stick to the simple stuff, which is eating, nutrition, doing wedding films, and honestly, just probably making sure that, or probably just slowly look into online coaching. But for now, if I can't even stick to nutrition and training and not being consistent on editing to clear out my work, then how do I expect to add on top of that if I have a shaky foundation? And I'm always just trying to get ahead of myself because I'm like, oh, well, I'm not doing enough. And then I need to remind myself that I am doing enough. People who work an 8-hour shift in the corporate field, like they just work and they just train and then they're happy. That's all, like that's a good goal to have, right? But I work differently where I'm working for myself. I feel like I need to do more. I feel like I'm not doing enough. So maybe I just need to take a step back and appreciate what I have and follow through on my foundation of sticking to the nutrition, training, and making sure that I clear out my editing queue. And then on top of that, there's like a lot of side bonuses, which is like posting on TikTok and Instagram, and how am I gonna showcase the bodybuilding side, and like just posting just to post just to get used to that. So there's a lot more that I need to add on, but for now I'm just gonna stick to that. So yeah, keep it simple. I keep repeating myself. This is for me. If you guys are tired of this, you can just stop watching. But pretty much training, remember, stick to your training and your macronutrients, follow through, keep building onto that. And then what else? And then making sure that I edit my wedding films, clearing out the queue, right? Those are the most 2 important things. And then, of course, being able to then do maybe some small side projects on top of that, which is like looking into online coaching, and then also, other stuff that I can add on with my wife, where we're looking at maybe doing couples content, also just doing like photo shoots with her, for her. Yeah, a lot of stuff that can be done in the pipeline, and I just have to actively put it in my to-dos, and that's what I'm gonna do. So this is September 1st. It is the great lock-in season. You gotta lock in up until the end of the year. My goal is to really hone in again. Like I said, I fell apart for the past week. I felt like I just dwindled back into my old self, binge watched a lot of shows, and kind of just like let myself go and not really sleep with the intention of waking up with like the knowing of like, oh yeah, I'm going to be doing this and this. It's been rough on the past week because of my injury, sleeping really bad. I finally just got a new mattress today, so I ordered it today, so I'll get it tomorrow. So I'm hoping that my new mattress will give me the right quality sleep. So yeah, I think things are kind of shifting again. My energy is starting to feel a little bit better, but I would still stress the fuck out because I'm like, oh dang it, I didn't sleep at 11 p.m. as I said, and I ended up sleeping at like 2 o'clock. And then we say we're gonna wake up at 8:30, and then we don't wake up at 8:30, and then we wake up at 9:30, and then we get up and get ready, and then it's already 1 o'clock. When we get to the gym, it's already 1 p.m. And then I'm like, oh my gosh, I have to make food, and so I get all rushed and feel behind all the time when it comes to my schedule this past week or two. So starting from this moment now on, I'm locking in. I'm sleeping early. Oh, also, I'm doing a social media detox as well. I'm not going to use social media for a whole month. And unfortunately, I already had opened the apps because I have to post on Instagram. And sometimes you're just quickly like open a story and you're like, oh, shoot. And then you exit it out. That's pretty much what I did. And then there's a lot of DMs of like friends that send you memes and stuff. I opened it, but I never like, I'll see the chat, but I don't actually click on the thing. So yeah, my goal is to also remove all the noise, to stop being distracted, hearing all these and seeing all these other things that's outside of me, so I can hear my inner voice, to hear who I am, what I want, what I actually want in my life. If I truly want to do this YouTube thing, how can I do it right? And if I'm going to show up doing this vlog thing, I'm going to stick to doing it for 90 days straight, until day 90, and so on and so forth. Anyways, that's my ramble for the day. It's already been 14 minutes long. Jeez Louise. And if someone ever to watch it this long, you must be crazy to even, follow me. But yeah, this whole point of me is just to show up, be devoted, to have accountability for myself, and to hopefully inspire people through this in my actual raw, real life, documenting, sharing, instead of looking like a guru that I know everything and start creating YouTube titles. How to stay focused, how to be disciplined. And it's all just these clickbait, content that we all like to watch and be inspired by it. And then you don't even apply the tactics, and then you just end up bullshitting yourself, because the reality is you just don't know what you want, and you just don't even put in practice of actually trying and putting the effort to get better. So yeah, that's the whole point of why I'm doing this. And I'm just reminding myself again, remember, this is for me, for Jerry Tran, the Transcendent, to embody his higher self, which is being disciplined in his routines, waking up on time, making sure we're knocking out the tasks that we set out to do on those tasks, and then also documenting it and sharing it and posting it until day 90. That is the goal, and that's what I'm going to stick to, and that's that. Keep on transcending. Peace.